But I'm also fine with saying what I gotta say. And then if y'all still believe the lie, then that's fine too. But how about this? Let's just stop leaking stuff. Let's just stop leaking stuff, y'all. I'm tired. And I don't want to feel, I'm about to keep talking about this, and I also don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Like, oh my God, I have a movie coming out. That means a fake rumor's about to come out. Another thing about the divorce is about to come out. Okay, I have this movie coming out. Oh God, and we're just waiting for something to, it's too much. It's too much.
Everything just exploded online, and at the center of it is a betrayal no one saw coming. Teyana Taylor, who's long been admired for her grace, loyalty, and authenticity, is now facing one of the deepest personal violations imaginable. According to shocking reports circulating online, Teyana caught her now estranged husband, Iman Shumpert, in bed with her own cousin. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just another cheating scandal. This is a family betrayal of the worst kind. Screenshots, voice notes, leaked footage, and messy texts are now floating all over the internet, and people are in absolute disbelief. It's a story so wild, even the most loyal fans are struggling to process it. Get ready, because this isn't just messy, it's devastating. It all began on what should have been a quiet evening. Teyana was returning home earlier than expected from a short overnight trip. She had told everyone, including Iman, that she wouldn't be back until the next morning. But for reasons that now seem fate-driven, she showed up unannounced late, at night. As she walked through her home, something felt off. Lights were on in the guest room. She heard faint laughter, then voices. What she saw next would change everything. There, in her own home, was Iman, shirtless, and beside him, her cousin, not a distant cousin, not someone she barely knew, someone she had grown up with, trusted, loved. According to close insiders, Teyana froze before finally screaming, "You've got to be kidding me!" That one scream reportedly echoed through the entire house and would become the moment that started a full-on emotional war. The aftermath of that moment was pure chaos. Her cousin, shockingly, tried to play it off. Sources say she stuttered out, "It's not what it looks like," as if that could somehow explain the situation. But the scene was undeniable. Iman looked caught, visibly stunned, trying to gather his clothes while barely getting a word out. A fight broke out almost immediately, shouting, slamming doors. Neighbors said they heard glass shatter and loud yelling that lasted nearly 10 minutes. One neighbor reportedly called building security. But before they arrived, Teyana had already made her move. She kicked both of them out of her house. No hesitation. No discussion. No second chances. She threw them both out into the night, and here's where it gets even more intense. Teyana pulled out her phone and started recording. In the heat of her anger, she captured a confrontation that would soon go viral. A short 23-second clip surfaced online the next day. In the footage, Teyana can be heard shouting, "You betrayed me twice!" That one line shook fans. The word twice suggested this wasn't Iman's first offense, and that added fuel to the speculation. The video also shows her cousin, crying, mumbling apologies while holding a blanket to cover herself. The clip exploded across Instagram, X, and TikTok within minutes. Within 30 minutes, it had over 200,000 shares and countless reactions. Some people couldn't believe what they were watching. Others said they weren't even surprised. What followed next was a complete breakdown of family ties. Teyana's extended family is reportedly in turmoil. Her aunt, the cousin's mother, posted a blunt message on her Facebook page. "We don't claim her anymore." That post alone triggered even more drama. Other relatives publicly unfollowed each other. Group chats blew up. Old tensions resurfaced. According to insiders, family members have taken sides, and Thanksgiving this year, it might not happen at all. Cousins and aunts are blocking each other. Close friends of Teyana say she's done with that entire side of the family. And honestly, can you blame her? Meanwhile, Iman's response, or lack thereof, has only made things worse. His close friend reportedly tried to do damage control, telling people it was a misunderstanding. According to him, the cousin was going through something emotional, and Iman was simply being there for her. That excuse? It didn't sit well with anyone. Fans quickly pointed out that this kind of manipulation is classic gaslighting, especially since Iman has been in hot water before for alleged infidelities. Some believe he's spiraling, emotionally, professionally, and publicly, ever since Teyana's star started rising again. Her acting career is booming. Her fashion game is on point. She's performing, directing, creating, and maybe, just maybe, that power shift scared him. Teyana eventually broke her silence, but not through a formal interview, press conference, or even a long statement. Instead, she chose the quiet power of Instagram stories to deliver a single, emotionally charged message. Against a plain black background, she wrote, "God, protect me from fake love and bloodline snakes." Just one sentence, but it sent shockwaves across the internet. The cryptic phrasing, the emotional weight, and most of all, the word bloodline made it crystal clear. This wasn't just about Iman. This was about betrayal that ran deeper. Betrayal from someone within her own family. That phrase, bloodline snakes, hit differently because it suggested a kind of wound that doesn't just hurt, it haunts. Within hours, the internet exploded with speculation. Fans and followers dissected every word, tone, and implication. And just as people were trying to figure out whether the message was directed at Iman alone or someone else, Teyana made her next move. She unfollowed both Iman and her cousin. That was the confirmation fans needed. This wasn't just about a messy breakup or a love triangle gone wrong. It had morphed into something more painful, a personal betrayal involving family. Social media lit up with reactions. Screenshots of the unfollows made their rounds on Twitter and Instagram. Within 24 hours, she followed up with another brief but impactful Instagram story. This time, "I'm really done." It wasn't elaborate, but it didn't need to be. Those 7 words, loaded with exhaustion, frustration, and finality, were reshared more than 400,000 times in just 4 hours. In the court of public opinion, the verdict was clear. Teyana had officially drawn the line. Support for her came pouring in from all directions. Fans were quick to rally around her, flooding her comments and DMs with messages of love, encouragement, and solidarity. Fan pages changed their bios to include supportive messages. Instagram and TikTok were filled with compilations of her past, interviews, songs, and quotes, many of which people now interpreted as signs that she had been hurting or hinting at betrayal long before any of this became public. Memes were posted, edits were made, and trending hashtags began to emerge, all in support of her strength and resilience. Celebrities started weighing in too, although subtly. A few dropped cryptic tweets about real friends and family, not always being blood, while others simply liked or reshared her story, signaling quiet solidarity without diving into the drama directly. But the internet being what it is, people weren't just stopping at support. They started investigating. Fans began digging into the cousins' past social media activity. Old photos and videos were pulled up. One video in particular went viral. It allegedly showed the cousin flirting with Iman at a public event months prior. The clip, while not overt, raised a lot of eyebrows. In hindsight, fans began noticing red flags that had gone unnoticed at the time. "We should have seen it," one tweet read. "The signs were always there, we just didn't notice." Others speculated that there were more private incidents that Teyana had chosen to ignore, forgive, or hide from the public eye, until now. As the public support intensified and the story snowballed into something much bigger than a breakup, the situation started taking a more serious turn. According to sources close to Teyana, she's not just emotionally withdrawing, she's also considering legal action. Whispers began circulating that she might be preparing to file for a restraining order, not just against Iman, but her cousin as well. That detail alone raised 1,000 questions. What exactly had happened behind closed doors to warrant such a drastic step? Then came the most explosive revelation yet, the rumor that there may have been hidden cameras in Teyana's home. If true, this would mean that her privacy had been violated on a whole new level. Some insiders claim that footage from those cameras could hold damning evidence not just of infidelity, but potentially of criminal activity. Whether the cameras were installed for security or surveillance remains unclear. What matters is that if any of this proves to be true, it could have serious legal consequences. We're no longer just talking about betrayal or broken trust. We're talking about possible criminal charges, privacy invasion, unauthorized recording, and more. Legal experts chimed in across social platforms and podcasts, explaining what Teyana's legal options might be. If any footage exists that was recorded without her knowledge or consent, she could potentially pursue charges related to illegal surveillance. If any of that footage was shared, even within a small circle, the situation could escalate into a federal issue. Additionally, defamation suits could also be on the table. If either Iman or her cousin had spread misinformation or painted her in a false light, whether publicly or behind closed doors, Teyana could sue for reputational damage. Sources claim she's been quietly meeting with attorneys to go over her legal rights, and that she's determined to protect both herself and her daughter from any further harm. All of this, the cryptic posts, the unfollows, the viral videos, and the legal whispers, paints a picture of a woman who has been pushed to her emotional and psychological limits. For years, Teyana was perceived as a strong but private figure, someone who handled her relationships, motherhood, and career with grace, often refusing to share more than necessary with the public. That privacy made this sudden storm all the more shocking. But now, it seems she's done hiding the hurt. She may not be giving interviews or spilling everything in a tell-all post, but through carefully chosen words and actions, she's reclaiming control of her narrative. Teyana's story has now evolved into something more than a messy public falling out. It's become a symbol of emotional survival. A woman, betrayed by both love and blood, is drawing her line, setting her boundaries, and refusing to play the quiet victim. Whether she continues to speak through music, legal action, or silence, one thing is clear: she's taking her power back. And the world, it seems, is not only watching, but standing with her. So where does this leave everyone? Iman is exposed. Teyana's heart is shattered. Her cousin is publicly humiliated. And fans? They're rallying around her like never before. The story has turned from a simple scandal into a broader conversation about betrayal, trust, and what happens when family crosses the line. Teyana may never look at love or blood relatives the same way again. Some people are calling for her to release a tell-all. Others say she should put it into her next album. But whatever she chooses to do next, one thing is certain: she's done being silent. Now we turn it over to you. Was this the final straw for Teyana Taylor? Should she forgive and move on? Or is this betrayal too deep to repair? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on this developing story. Because with emotions running high and new leaks popping up every day, this scandal is far from over.